Hello, and welcome again back to the channel, and welcome back to some more Infection Free Zone. So I'm gonna, unfortunately, we still can't save the game in the demo. We still only have our 4 areas. Last time I did, I've kind of played with some of the different zones and trying to build some of the stuff. Um, so real quick, demo's awesome. I love the game. I love the idea of the game. However, at the 7-day mark, you're done. There's nothing you can do about it. I had uh, basically a save game where I went through and did I'm skipping the cutscene there just because to cut time out. So instead of trying to do multiple
Operator,
times,
this
I'm
is the
trying to do a
first
couple
squad leader.
things.
We made our way out.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go look for food. I'm gonna
Okay.
basically
Find
immediately
something to eat as
pause.
fast as possible.
I'm gonna create a new squad because I have 6 guns.
Reporting.
So I have a second squad here. I'm gonna take, instead of having, normally
Receiving.
I do this, turn your V key on so we can do this. We need to go find guns.
We're on the move.
Yes, I'm sending them very far away.
Reporting.
So with only having a very limited time,
We're on the move.
it's best to have the amount of time that you have basically going for high dollar stuff in the demo. So like I said, you only have 7 days. It only has the ability to kind of unfortunately that's really all you have. So only having 7 days, and then like I said, the 8th day they basically just throw, it seems like, every zombie in the entire map onto you. And I've had one game where I had 4 groups, 2 assault rifles between the 4 groups. I had all 4 of them sitting in my headquarters, and I still couldn't even make a dent. Uh, it was bad. So, and I think that's just the way that the devs have it set up so that you can do it. So what I've done here in the beginning is I made a second group. If you have these guys and
Operator.
you hold down Shift, like right now they're doing that. So if I do this and hold Shift
Clear.
and click,
Reporting.
I can get them to. Normally I can.
Ready for action.
Oh, right click. I was left clicking. So you can actually get them to daisy chain stuff along. And then a lot of stuff is kind of scripted, especially when it comes to kind of the hey, build this tower, build this stuff, build this things. And I don't know if you really have to do it so much. I don't know if it's kind of locking you into it. Part of the reason I bolted so far down here is I'm hoping to find some cars. I know in other playthroughs I found cars down in this area. I found lots of cars down in this area. And kind of the sooner you find a car, the better off you are. Um, the Mostly because having a car and being able to move around fairly quickly makes your life a
Clear.
whole lot easier. All right, so they're completely full up on food, so have them go back. That's fine. If you could find a car, it would greatly increase our chances of being able to drive around. So I have noticed on the U.S. map there's a lot more guns. Uh, are places where guns could be, I should say, not necessarily more guns. But okay, there you go. So you take over a vehicle with
Sir,
a squad.
we just found a car that looks
So there's
drivable.
3 type of cars. You can tell
Okay.
by the thing.
Try
This
it.
is a station wagon. So there's a station wagon. There's like a Caprice Classic and a pickup truck. And all 4 of them will hold 4 people. The pickup
Yes.
truck will
That
hold a
sounds
lot
like a
more
good idea.
space. The station wagon is middle, and the Caprice Classic, or like the taxi cab car, or the Ford Crown Vic, is the lowest. So it's like 10, like 15. I think the pickup truck's like 24, 25 or something. It actually will hold quite a bit. But the trick is once we can actually get this thing we'll have them, and it allows a lot more movement.
Sir?
Hey, you're fine.
Great. Any
So
stock will
I'm
come
gonna
in
kind of
handy.
blow through some of this stuff, trying to see if we can get it. So what we'll do is we'll do this now. The one thing I have noticed with the car is that once
Well,
you kind of have
we're gonna
somebody
see.
in a car, so like if I do this and then I hold down right click and I tell it to do this, these guys are going to get out of the car. They're going to go in here. They'll search the gun place. Anything they find, they'll take and put back in the car for you. And that's the other good thing too, especially the further out you're going, the better off you are. Because the car obviously carries a lot more. It carries 15 as opposed to
Receiving.
4. Um, but if you set up a bunch of, hey, go do this, go do this, go do this, and try to chain events, you notice they'll get out and they go to the next place.
Chief, we dispatch.
And they leave
Use
the
it with
car there.
caution.
So if they find a bunch of stuff here, they'll go back, get the car, drive the car there, and then they'll start unloading it. But just something to be aware of if you are trying to
Waiting orders.
daisy chain stuff and you have a car. We're gonna go do that, and then I have noticed from some of the pre-alpha stuff also, the car animations or the car
Building clear.
pathing was kind of janky to say the least. I
Building
watched
clear.
a bunch of people that used them, and the cars would do this thing where they go tick, 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 tick,
We're on the
tick,
move.
and bounce and like didn't seem to
Receiving.
know how to path. Uh, that seems to be a lot better. There are these things here that have like car things on. I haven't found anything in them. I haven't found anything in the gas, so I assume like the car thing maybe someplace you can find a car. The gas is obviously someplace maybe you can gas. Um,
Going there.
but I haven't found anything in any of those that I've actually searched for yet. So it's a bunch of guns, and we got to kind of keep that. So we are getting into time to where we need to start getting back into town or back into
Operator.
base.
On my way.
So you guys can just go into base here. This guys are probably a little bit over what we need to do to.
Operator.
We'll see how busy they get tonight. I may try to see if we can get a little bit of more stuff on the way. They have a car, so since you have a car now, it's a little bit
Sir,
easier
it is too dangerous.
um, to be out and
Okay,
about.
let's be safe.
At least as long as you don't have to run too far for the car, or if they find too much stuff where they have to, they overload it. You just need to really be careful and make sure that the car is safe, and kind of keep an eye on the area so that if the zombies or the infected do start getting close,
Sir.
um,
Carry
we're
on.
fine.
We need those
So we'll go ahead and pause
resources.
it real quick. Make sure our other guy's chilling and hanging out in there.
Ready
We
for
can
action.
actually probably
Roger.
send him down there. And the other thing I noticed too is that they don't seem to their teams never sleep. They seem to be perfectly fine with just staying completely running for 7 days.
Chief. There are some.
We got some signs of smoke. That'll be good. We'll investigate
Let's
that
investigate.
tomorrow. Be all good. We're about halfway done there. About halfway done there. So here we'll take these guys and stack them up. Saw a group of infected
We'll
and
stay
hide
away
from them.
from
We don't want to deal with them yet. All right, so they are actually getting close, but they're going the other way. They haven't seen us yet. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
On your
You can go
going
back
there.
home now.
Waiting orders.
We found 3 food so far. So, and then, like I said, the cool thing with the vehicles are,
Report.
especially if
Spotted.
you can get out, in the, they can carry a lot. It
Clear.
allows you to get around the hordes and stuff, so that, um,
Waiting orders. Roger.
we'll have to kind of watch them to make sure that they can actually get in that building, and they don't run
Report.
into a
Spotted.
horde like that on the way, or 2, or 3. Okay, we've I changed my
We're
mind.
ready.
You guys
On
can
my
come
way.
home now. We'll try that again tomorrow. So, but with the car, like
Hard
if you're
spotted.
running on foot, you basically move at the same speed as the infected. Whereas if you have a vehicle, you obviously can outpace them quite a bit. So ultimately, the idea is to try to find enough vehicles that you have enough vehicles for every one of your scavenger group to have a vehicle. It allows you to get out and get a lot more coverage of the map and a lot more stuff kind of picked through and cleaned out. Now I am looking forward to this game because we can pretty much go
Hard
anywhere in the
spotted.
world. We can use any place you want. If you want to use your hometown as the map, you can do that. And I love the idea and the
Horde spotted.
thought behind that. So I am really looking forward to it. So like I said,
We're
developers,
on the
if
move.
you guys are actually watching
Hostiles
this,
inbound.
uh, I
Roger.
wish that you give us some
Roger.
way to maybe elongate the demo a little bit. I understand you don't want it's basically the alpha version of the game as we have it. So I
Horde
understand you're not
spotted.
wanting to let too much of it into the wild, but at the same time, I really like to have. I want more time with your baby. That's what I'm saying. So, but as soon as I can figure out some way to throw
Horde
money at
spotted.
this to be able to help with help and pay my way, I'm fine with that. The I me paying for my own way into a game helps me a lot because that way I can
Horde spotted.
stay honest in my review and my thought processes of things.
Waiting orders.
So if I start
Going there.
getting too much where
Horde spotted.
I have too many keys sent to me and I have too many things, these guys are just all hiding
Horde
now.
spotted.
All right, so they're all gonna go hidey hole for the night. I'm gonna send these guys
We're on the
down
move.
here. I'm gonna
Waiting
send
orders.
these guys back into the
We're on the
car.
move. Horde spotted.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna send these guys down there, but I'm going to send the guys in the car ahead of them, and we're gonna go look for the guns. We're gonna the guys in the car, the guys in
Receiving.
the car are going to go look for the
Roger.
guns. And more importantly,
Hostiles
I'm
inbound.
hoping to get down here and see if I can get the car ahead of them, and see if I can find a car uh, for these guys when they're down here. Basically, they'll get the extra survivors, and then we'll see if we can find another vehicle for them, which would be awesome. All right, so we kind of already gone over that area. That's tools. That's food over there.
This night was easy, but there are
All right, so we'll go ahead. We'll build a
Agreed.
watchtower. We have enough
Let's build
guns,
a
I
wooden
think.
tower.
How many guns do we have? 2 and 1. So we'll go ahead and we'll build us a watchtower. Build it out here in the middle of the road. That'll be good. All right, go ahead and let that go back to it. So the trick is in especially with
building clear.
once you do have a vehicle, is to try to keep
Going
the
there.
guys moving enough and try
On your
to
command.
find another vehicle, try to find something that will be of use.
Roger.
So yeah, they're gonna try to go all the way back up and over.
We're on the move.
Is there not a road that goes through right there? Oh, the road stops. So with the new pathing, they basically have to keep the cars on the roads. So which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's something to be aware of. So it can cause you to take more time as you're going around. Obviously, they move a lot faster, so that in and of itself helps. But it is something that can be a problem.
Chief.
So we'll take the survivors in. We'll go ahead and accept the
Bring them
survivors
in.
in. All right, so these guys here are now searching that building that they found the
Building
survivors
clear.
in.
On my way.
So we're gonna go ahead and send them down here. There's another gun store over here, so maybe we'll send them over there. I keep calling it a gun store, but it's just it could be anything where, you might find ammunition or firearms.
Clear. We're on the move.
So go ahead, send them over there. They're not finding any cars. Not being cooperative in the least bit.
Clear.
But yeah, we got some ammunition in the car, so that's helpful. We'll go ahead and
On
do
my way.
that. We'll drive up to that guy. So mostly what I'm doing is I'm hitting the food, I'm hitting the guns, trying to get firearms. Oh, I did find another car. So it is
Building complete.
9:52 in the morning. So that is actually good. Too bad you can't like split off your group and have like one person drive a car back.
Building clear.
That would be great. So that is good there. We're gonna take this guy here. Why are you
Waiting
being
orders.
difficult?
Going there.
So we're just gonna keep going to get food, going to get food. So see if they find any guns here.
Building clear.
They did find a gun. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna
Going
send
there.
them over here. I'm gonna tell them to go get
Roger.
that car. So they do have a gun on them. It looks like there's an assault rifle that was left there. So I'm gonna
We're
take my
ready.
car here and
Going there.
re-guide them down there to go get that gun. While I'm here, I'm gonna look around and see if there's another firearm laying around anywhere, or another firearm. So there's another firearm there. And then, like I said, like you think you'd want to be like, oh, well, I'll just grab them and tell them to go to the next area. But if you do that, you have to be careful because they'll get out and they'll walk, and then they'll walk all the way
Roger.
back. Why are you being so difficult?
On your command. We're on the move.
All right, so we'll send them down there, and that's obviously a long drive. And they do show gas. They show where is it? They show vehicle fuel. They show structural integrity. They show a bunch of things. If you want to, like, say these guys have this guy and they find a pickup truck, right? So here's a like, or here this is a like the Caprice Classic or the Crown Vic. If you have one of those and you get someplace and you find like a pickup truck, right? You can actually have them abandon the car and pick up the pickup. I don't know if you can have them like clean all the gear out of it or not. Like if you have a bunch of stuff loaded into it. These guys are slowly walking across. By the time they get to that car, there'll probably be time for them to go home. And then, as far as I can tell, this hard border here is pretty much the edge of the map. They got us pretty roped in here so we can't get too far away into craziness. So yeah, so there's a bunch of cars down here, and I noticed that before too. There was a bunch of cars down in this area on the U.S. map. I don't think they're all in the same place. I think they kind of move them around
Chief.
a little bit, but uh, we'll let them rest.
Okay, let them rest.
So we'll do that. So these guys are almost up here to this guy. And it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Sun's getting ready to start coming down. And they can find stuff in the car too. So we'll have them search that bad boy. And then they'll jump into
Ready
it.
for action.
And then we're going to have them go home.
We're on the move.
So now we're just concentrating on this guy. So, you can look at the thing. So, Crown Vic, station wagon, and the whatever the image
Clear.
is, it's pretty clear of
Ready for
whatever it
action.
is. Where are you going? You're going home for some reason. Are you full? You're not completely full. No, you're fine. You've got lots of room left.
On
You
my
need to go
way.
check on that guy. Jesus. They have some stuff. They got 2 assault rifles, a bunch of ammo, all kinds of good fun stuff in the trunk of that car. So we'll go down here. We'll check these guys out. We'll look and see what we can find.
Area cleared.
And then hopefully, yeah, these guys are back to the headquarters. It's just starting to get dark out. So we'll see if we find anything here. Oh, we found another assault rifle.
Clear.
We may have an entire group of people
On
with
my
just
way.
assault rifles. So yeah, so you see like here's that jankiness where it kind of is like it's not sure how to route sometimes, and it probably because I put this thing in another road probably doesn't help it. So you'll see right now we're on day 2 up there. We go ahead and roll up into faster
Horde
speeds
spotted.
here. We're probably gonna have a
Sir,
little bit more
it's
anger
almost
here.
nightfall.
Okay. Get ready to defend the zone.
So
Horde
yeah, so we're
spotted.
gonna have people come in. Now the only problem with doing this too is that these guys are going to start unloading that car.
Horde
So
spotted.
they're not very
We're on the
smart.
move.
Our building's under
They're going
attack.
to basically unload the vehicle, and the horde is going to try to beat them, which is fine because they're bouncing between their
Horde spotted.
attention, so it's not that big of a deal. But it's something to be very aware of as they're
Another one
moving stuff
incoming.
in. Yeah, so we have 3 assault rifles that we found. So I'm going to create a new squad.
Reporting. Horde spotted.
And they're all assault rifled out. So we're going to want to try to keep these guys close. The last game I had, I only had 2 assault rifles on 2 different teams, but I'm going to try to keep these guys fairly close. Oh, gals, I guess. So we'll keep them kind of
Objective
fairly
incoming.
close here and see if we can keep this horde on day 7 kind of knocked down. I don't think it's possible to survive it, but I'm going to bang my head against the wall a little bit and try. If y'all want to see the other maps, I am fine with doing that. There's the French map. Obviously, this is the American map. There's a UK map. I can't remember the last one. But there are different maps, and each one of them looks to be slightly different, right? The French map is all circular. It's larger buildings. The UK map is smaller buildings, much closer packed. And the German map. I don't know if I've messed with the German map too much. But basically, what we'll do is we'll just kind of scroll around here until we get to the morning.
Spotted.
We'll let the sun start coming out. And then as soon as the sun starts coming out, we're going to throw this guy in here. So we'll grab one of our guy out. We'll stick him in a car. So we're going to take that car and we're going to drive down here to someplace fun. See if we can find... Do I have... And then there's some things up here, like there's a large, like almost looks like a mall or something up here. So we do have another gun place over there. So it's like it keeps deselecting it or something. I don't know why. So we've done that. We're going to take these guys. We'll let that car clear out.
On my way.
We'll put them in there. And once it starts getting early in the morning and you start getting close to that sunrise type time, you can start kind of heading out and doing things.
We're on the move.
And we'll send them down to that gun store. And then you can kind of look and see if maybe you find a car place close. Or another car, fairly close to the base or whatnot. It looks like our closest cars are way down here, so we haven't found a pickup yet.
Receiving.
So I'm going to send you guys into there. They're all in there, sleepy, being nice and comfy. Let's go interrupt that Let's interrupt their peaceful slumbers. They want to interrupt my peaceful slumbers, I interrupt their peaceful slumbers. That's how it works. So the trick is to not leave people laying around and not doing things. You want to keep stuff moving, especially with the limited amount of time you have. Yeah, yeah. I'm not going to bother with the antenna because that's a bunch of
Let's go there.
resources in a demo I can't build. Well, I could probably build it, but trying to
Chief,
We're gonna see.
let's see. We will build some shelters though. All right. And then these guys should start going in here and having a discussion with these guys.
Infection cleared.
One second.
Building clear. Building clear.
So we're doing that, and so that building's cleared now. We got that
Building
cleared
clear.
out. Then we will go over
Going there.
once I actually get my selection here. No, I'm trying to build
Receiving.
buildings. So somewhere over here, I thought we had another guy, but I've lost him.
Roger. We're ready.
We'll do that. We'll
On my
go
way.
get some food. Do
Reporting.
this guy. What is that?
On my way.
Oh, that's for the radio antenna. That's fine. So, but as you can tell, being able to have a car, being able to travel the map, makes it a lot faster and a lot easier to get a hold of, or to get around the map, to be able to pick up gear, to be able to pick up stuff. And then depending on how much stuff you're trying to carry back and forth and stuff like that, it can really help and change the whole dynamic of the game. Like these guys here, the best thing I could probably do
Waiting
with
orders.
them is probably to send them up here.
Roger.
It's a long walk to get a car, but sometimes you have to earn it. And then, like I said, depending on which kind of car you want, like obviously, yeah. So then, like, there's
now
people
we're
in
ready
there.
to build an antenna.
It was a trap.
Okay, let's do this.
Go ahead, get me some speed here.
Building complete.
Do
Operator.
that.
On my way.
Let those guys go that direction. They're still running to go get their car. These guys are chilling.
We're on the move.
Get a little bit more speed, see if we can burn through some of this. Unfortunately, like I said, there's just not a lot of, and some of it is just
On my way.
the team, or the dev team, basically putting out
Building
stuff
clear.
to,
Reporting. On my way.
trying to put a demo out and not allow people to play the demo for 1,500 hours and,
Clear.
be able to get away with not having
House
to
is
do,
infected.
or not having to buy the game. So,
We're on
and
the
I
move.
get that.
We're on the move. We're ready.
So get these guys sent back.
Roger.
Go somewhere up here. They're looking at that car. These guys have got infected.
We need backup.
So if you do have infected, right? Oh, we already lost 2 people. Oh wow, I should have paid closer attention. But those 2 guys, or 2 ladies, will get kind of healed
We're
over
ready.
time. I don't know how to add more people to it, to a
Going
group,
there.
but there is that.
Infected incoming.
So I'm going to take these guys.
Going there.
Nope, I do not want you to go there. I want you to
On
go
my
here.
way.
want you.
Receiving.
So, and now that only 2 people can
Report
carry
spotted.
stuff.
On my way. Receiving.
And then now I've got them. I need them to get back down here.
We're on the move.
So even though they're fairly well surrounded, we'll get them out of there.
Hostiles inbound.
It'd be nice if they did get, if there was a way to get more
Another one
people
incoming.
in. I don't know if there is or
On my
not.
way.
It'd also be
Going
nice
there.
if other people decided to come help them.
Infection cleared.
I don't know if there is a way. Things are available in the pre-alpha, squads panel. Yeah, so basically 2 of 4. Disband the squad. Number of squad members.
Reporting.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a way to do that.
Another
So
one
maybe
incoming.
them sitting around at night will eventually get it figured out.
Infection cleared.
But anyway, so that is a lot of the stuff that I'm learning
Spotted.
that
Building is under
as
attack.
you're playing the game, stuff like that. It makes it a little bit easier to do
Report spotted.
and try to build that group up and to be able to survive throughout the days and the nights and the different times of the game. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Hopefully the devs will either get the more of a game out or allow more people into early access sooner rather than later, because I really want to keep playing this game. But with that, if you guys are enjoying this content, please go ahead and leave me a like in the comments and all that stuff. I do appreciate it. If you want to see some of the other maps, let me know that too. I'll see if I can get other ones in, and we'll kind of go from there. You guys be safe, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.